So this is my apocalypse love letter. My darling, allow me to explain. No, allow me to begin with that which is most important. I love you. Of this, I am more certain than anything. I love you. My darling, I am less certain, I must confess, how this happened. I don't mean falling in love with you, of course. That much is quite obvious. Anyone need only look at you to know, and undoubtedly feel the same. I mean to allude to this whole mess I admit to getting us into. Us referring to both you and me and the collective whole of the population. In my defense, and I implore you to take my word as truth as who has time to lie anymore, I was trying to cure cancer. I know, my darling, I know, good intentions, road to hell, etc. I say again, I do not know how it happened. One moment, everything was fine, and the next, I've released a plague. Airborne and ferocious, inexplicable and incurable. Before you, I felt the days were too long and the years too many. Yet you, my darling, make me long to discover immortality so the days we have would never be numbered. Alas, I've done just the opposite, and the number is rather bleak, shrinking exponentially by the moment, even now, as I write to you. These things we call love cannot be examined in a petri dish. They cannot be created there either, believe me, I have tried. Then again, I find myself pondering whether mortality is the most potent love potion there is. Thus, in putting unavoidable death in a vial, I have also spread reckless, contagious, insatiable love across the whole planet. For this, I cannot decide if I am hero or villain. My darling, look what I have done. I stare out the boarded windows and I see them dancing in the streets, hugging strangers, kissing lovers. If you'll forgive the expression, like there's no tomorrow. By my calculations, for roughly 1/3 of them, there won't be. How many writers and movies and manic pixie dream girls have told them to live like they're dying, to throw caution to the wind, carpe diem. That's all fine and well, isn't it, until it's too cold outside, or they're a bit congested, or there are children to tend to and rent to pay. Not today. Fear is obsolete when oblivion is imminent. I never took you to the circus or the zoo. Although the whole world is a bit of both now, those don't really exist anymore. There's no Post anymore either, so it's a good job you're so close. You will wake and undoubtedly wonder where you are and why the world is burning, as you have for the past week, perhaps more. The days all sort of blend together now. You must understand what with being so near when the explosion happened, I dare say you got the brunt of it. Immediately infected and, judging by the recurring lapses in memory, a concussion to boot. Mad scientist falls in love with patient zero. Can you imagine the headlines? No matter though, there are no papers anymore. Yes, my darling, as you wake, know that I'm just a floor below, making your favorite breakfast tea, 2 sugars, no cream. I've also snagged a box of only mildly stale donuts and chocolate chip pancakes. These are the days we must indulge ourselves, wouldn't you agree? You may take a moment to grasp the gravity of the situation. We've less time than many others, and so please only take a moment. At which point, I hope you'll come down. We've many celebrations to join, bad decisions to make. Well, who is to decide what is good and bad in the end of days? In any case, time is running low, and we've got so much dancing to do. As promised, though you may not recall, I have saved the last one for you. Oh, isn't this grand? My darling, don't you wish the world could end a little more often?